Police say 10 guns stolen from the Gander Mountain here in Castleton. They're looking for 4 suspects. They have not released any suspect description yet, but they said the car they're driving will likely have heavy damage. And that's when the man lost control and ran off the road. You can see the tire tracks where he ran through this yard. The officers here tell me that this power line that's hanging across the street is live right now. So that's one of those lines that you need to stay away from. Police are telling us that a 15-year-old was shot in a home behind me and he later died at Riley Hospital. We are being very careful about what we show you at the scene here because police have told us there are several other children, juveniles inside this home, and they don't want us to show their faces.
Jessica, did Fogel say anything on his way in?
No, he did not say a word. He just walked straight into the courtroom. When he was asked what he'd like to say to victims or to the judge, he just kept looking straight ahead. Police have been sweeping the area for explosives after one of the suspects told them there were bombs in downtown Dallas. We just got word from Dallas PD that after 2 sweeps, they did not find any explosives. No officers were hurt, but a very scary situation as dozens of shots were fired at IMPD's Northwest District headquarters. Of course, as soon as we get any new information from police, we'll be sure to let you know. Scott and Lauren. We're getting a different story than we originally heard from police. 2 people now, including a neighbor who heard gunshots this morning, tell me that police shot a homeowner and not a robbery suspect. To be clear, an officer here on scene says that police shot a man with a rifle during an attempted robbery. I'll give you a look at what's going on out here right now. You can see officers have us blocked off. We are actually on German Church Road. We are pretty far away from the scene. They haven't let us get close to the scene yet. Now, the neighbor that we talked to this morning says he heard at least 4 gunshots. They woke him up early this morning. When he went outside, he said he realized his neighbor had been shot. 2 people have now told us the adult homeowner was investigating some sort of situation at his home, possibly a break-in, when police shot him. The neighbor says he thinks a police officer may have mistaken the homeowner for the suspect.
It's unfortunate, like I said again, you know, if I'm looking at somebody in the dark and I got to investigate a situation, you know, it's like it happens, but I just hope he's okay. I hope he's doing fine. I heard he got shot in the stomach. You know, like I said, I seen the blood in the driveway and all that kind of stuff. So it's just unfortunate situation, but just we hope and pray for the best. You know, God's going to do what he's got to do. So, you know, we just look at it like that, man.
Again, this has not been confirmed by IMPD. An officer here would only say that an officer shot a man during an attempted robbery. He said that man did have a rifle, but did not say if the man pointed the weapon at officers or if he ever fired that weapon. Now, dispatchers do tell us that no officers were hurt in this incident. All of the officers that are here are okay. We don't know how that person who was shot is doing at this point. We know he was taken to the hospital. The last update we got from police was about an hour and 15 minutes ago, and at that point they said the person who was shot was still alive. He was shot in the stomach, but they have not given us an update on his condition. This is still very, very early in this investigation, so as soon as we get any new kind of information, we'll be sure to let you know right here on Daybreak. Scott and Lauren. Police now say they believe this was likely a robbery, and they can confirm that the woman who died here was a clerk working at the store. Detectives are still here. I'll give you a look, and canine units have been out through the morning looking for anyone who may have been involved in this shooting. But officers tell me they really just don't have much information to go on at this point. IMPD tells me a customer who stops here every day found the woman in the parking lot and realized she had been shot in the head. Crews took her to Methodist in critical condition, but she died there at the hospital. Police say she was the only employee here at the time. When they got here, they found the cash register was a mess and there were other signs of a disturbance inside. Detectives say there is surveillance video, and they know this gas station's video system because there have been several attempted robberies here before. The most recent incident was a robbery on July 4th.
From that information, I know our forensic video analyst has retrieved video from here before, and they do have a good video system. And right now, once the detectives can get that and review that, that is our best hope at trying to figure out what actually occurred here. Because as I mentioned before, we have very, very little to go on.
The gas station management is here helping police piece things together. They are not releasing the victim's name or age just yet. They want to make sure her family hears the news first. Now, IMPD does not have a suspect description for us at this point, but as soon as we get that information, we'll be sure to let you know. But if you know anything, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers at 262-TIPS. Good morning. Police are still here investigating at this home where 2 people were shot. I'll give you a look. We've seen detectives working quite a bit in the front of the home, taking pictures of a window that it's open now. We've seen them going in and out of the home. We know 2 people were shot. An adult man died inside the home, and an elderly woman was taken to Eskenazi. She is stable. Police tell me she was shot at least twice in the arm. She was alert and talking to officers when they got here. They say she is actually the one who called 911. Now, when officers got here, there was no one else in the home, just the elderly woman and the man who did die here at the home. They don't know what led up to this shooting yet. They're not giving us any of those details. They say they are talking to witnesses. We mentioned to you in the last half hour that we saw at least one person get into a car and talk to officers. IMPD just told me a few minutes ago that 2 people were nearby when they arrived this morning. So because of that, they had to detain them briefly and question them. They say a man was released after they talked to him. They don't think he has anything to do with this incident. And a woman was arrested on an unrelated warrant. So the officer told me his exact words were wrong place, wrong time. They don't believe those people had anything to do with this incident. But again, what we know right now, 2 people shot. An adult man has died inside this home. An elderly woman is in stable condition at Eskenazi. And just in the past little bit, it's becoming a very emotional scene as family members have gathered here. A lot of them are still here waiting for an update from police. I talked to one man who said his mother and his brother live inside that home, and he is just waiting on word from IMPD. So as soon as we get any new information, we'll be sure to pass it along to you, Drew.